Welcome back, listeners. This is episode number 109 of the Hit Pause Podcast, the podcast where we give you all of your YouTube recommendations for the week. Everything you need to watch, all the biggest news, all the biggest channels, all the biggest videos. We have got you entertainment on YouTube covered for the week. I'm here with my co-host. His name is David.
Oh yeah. It's me.
Interesting.
I was trying to mimic what you were doing there. You know, you sounded off like you were trying to really get that. Yeah, but then it was screeching and then it worked. So, you know, kudos to you.
I definitely faltered there a couple times. Anyway, I love that. Yeah, thanks for backing me up on that. Anyway, my name's Ayman, and boy, oh boy, we got some good videos for you this week. At least I think I do. I mean, I got some good ones. So, you know.
I love how you always say we, that you're like, well, deep down, I know I do.
Like, you know, they're okay. You know, they're not bad ones. They're all right. But first of all, as is tradition, let's look at how much YouTube we've watched in the past week via the time watched button in the YouTube app. I know I say it every time, but you can get this number of how many hours you've watched in the past week from the YouTube app by clicking your face in the top right and then doing time watch. Anyway, David, what have you got? Give me your hours. I hope it's in the hours. I hope it's not minutes.
Yeah, I was hoping I got that double digit, but I got 9 hours 40.
Ah, so close.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on 13 hours 54, which I would say that's about average for me, right? Somewhere around the 12, 13 mark. 20 is like high. What was the most I've had? Wasn't there one week?
You've definitely done more than 24 hours.
Yeah, well, there was one week where it was like 40 or something, I think.
Oh, man.
I don't remember. We should like make.
Yep. That rings a bell.
We should make a note every week and then put it, in a graph, and we can. I don't know to see how much.
That's some work there. That's some work. We're raw podcast. We don't do that kind of stuff.
We don't do work. We don't do any work. Everything that sounds like the slightest hassle. We're no way. So,
yeah, do you think we even research these YouTubers we talk about?
Yeah.
Nah, I just look at the name. I'm like, yeah, I bet he does this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Van knows. Yeah. He says it. Right. So, who is your channel of the week?
You know what? I would say I picked this channel not an hour ago, like 3 hours ago.
Oh.
And I've watched 3 hours of the channel since.
Oh, wow.
So this is definitely the one, and the channel's called The Angry Grandpa Show.
Interesting. Okay, I'm listening. For me, it is Nathan Fielder On Your Side. Old videos. This is like more than 10 years old, this stuff, like 2008. You
think you got old? I got old too. All right.
Okay, fair enough. But before we get to our channels of the week, let's pick out a few videos, as always, of a few recommendations.
Well, you can't not recommend the time JonTron posts. So that's just an easy one.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, I saw it. I watched it, obviously. But I just remembered that he did actually post. What was it?
Yeah.
What was it about?
It was on like weird products, which he's kind of done before, but this one I think was around old people. I don't know why. Was it about aging? I can't.
Yeah,
aging
it was like
products as well.
Products targeted for older people. That one was so funny. It was really good. He's already up to 4 million views on it, by the way. I mean, nobody gets views like JonTron does. I realize he doesn't post very often, but nobody gets views like him. He's got 6.5 mil subs, and his videos are all at least that, or almost all of them are more than that. But nobody gets that kind of, view rate from the subs. But
it was a classic as well. Just
that
classic John.
Yeah, I mean, besides just being a good video, I could not believe some of those products.
I know
the face mask thing that with like.
Dude, that thing is scary looking as well.
Yeah, it's scary looking. It looks like out of a movie, like the Iron Mask or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up. But yeah, that was a really good video. That's a good recommendation. I forgot that had come out this week. But yeah, it was good. I've actually been watching a fair amount of JonTron, like old JonTron stuff. Because my girlfriend I tried to show her some before and she wasn't super into it, but then I don't know. I tried a few more videos, and she kind of, gets it, it now. And
do you know which one was the hook? I definitely would think that the Goop one for me is a good hook for getting into JonTron.
It's basically any ones where he's like reviewing something. So the Goop, the vodka one, the Dan Aykroyd vodka one.
Oh yeah.
Product,
even the flex tape.
The flex tape one. Yeah, all that sort of stuff, but not so much the like old games and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Although you and Max never believed me before I said it about when he reviewed the Skateboard Kid movie, that I'm telling you, the skateboard talks in the movie. And the whole movie, as he's reviewing it, you have no clue that the movie was going to switch to a skateboard talking. And it did. And it was just, he really built up the hype the right way.
Yeah.
He's really good at reviewing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he just, the lengths he goes to for the smallest guy. I know we've said this before, but so the lengths he goes to for like a tiny little gag. It's like Family Guy's cutaway gags, but he does it and like makes a set for it and everything. It's ridiculous. Okay, the first on my list, honestly, I don't know if I could call this a recommendation, but it's a call out. I don't think if anybody is going to watch this video, but this is from a channel we've covered before, Strategy or Strat Edgy. He does video game videos. He basically goes in depth into games. He does kind of I want to call it like a walkthrough video. It's sort of, he talks about how the game is set up, what works, these are the stats you should choose, this is where you should go, this is how you should answer, kind of thing. And it goes quite in depth, right? And he did one on Knights of the Old Republic before that was an hour or two long, but he just did a new one on one of my favorite games of all time, by the way, Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Wait, your most favorite or one of them?
It's one of them. Both of the Knights of the Old Republic games are up there. Really, really good. Star Wars games. And the video he posted is 4 hours long.
And this is not a stream, I'm assuming. This is an actual...
No, this is an edited video with clips and jokes and a script and cutaways and little skits and things. It's just mind-boggling the effort that has gone into this thing. I haven't watched it all yet. I mean, I've been dipping in and out, kind of watching some here and there when I can. And it's just he talks about the game and he just goes super in depth into all the mechanics. Like, this is why you want to have this number here because later on we're going to be doing this thing and all of that. And yeah, I've just got the thing is, he's quite a small channel. I think he's less than 100K, maybe I want to say like 70, something like that. I'm just checking. Sorry, my bad. 129K subs. And he's obviously he wants to grow his channel, but he also I really making like 4-hour videos, that's not going to get views and watch time. Like, to be blunt, it's a good video, don't get me wrong. The last Star Wars one he did was 2.5 hours. To be fair though, ended up with 300K views, but the thing is, even with 300K views, I don't know if the watch time is just gonna be there,
Yeah. Does he? Someone who does that, surely is got that Patreon, because that sounds like dedicated work that he enjoys and a selected few will enjoy.
Yeah,
and
that
if
is
that's
true.
all he's, addressing, fair enough. But
That's true.
Hope he's benefiting the right way, because like you said, these long form content just still not the norm yet.
Yeah. So he does have Patreon. He's getting 465 patrons, £1,200 per month. So pretty good.
Nice.
I mean, the amount of work that is going into this stuff, like, I want it to have recognition. That's why I'm calling it out. But I realize, like, that's going to be for such a slim, specific group of people, and I don't want him to give it up, though. It's not like I want him to make shorter videos. I don't want that. I love that he does that, because it's so different from everyone else. It's like you can't go anywhere else to get something that in depth. Sure, you can watch a playthrough where somebody's playing the game for 10 12 hours episodically, but this is not that. This is actually looking critically at all the mechanics and going, like, super in depth into how the game works, which is very rare, basically. But really just good content. Shouting it out, click on it, give the guy some views, even if you don't watch it. That's my recommendation.
Yeah.
What's next on your list?
So I'm gonna brush over this one really quickly, because I know how it sounds when you say BuzzFeed. But I couldn't help but click. BuzzFeed are just doing like a series or whatever, I guess, of kids that were memes and looking at them since they've grown up. So like,
that's kind of
that
funny.
what is it? It's like that success meme where it's like a little baby with like his like fist, like I did it
I
kind
remember,
of face. Yeah. So like they reviewed the guy now that he's grown up, and like the photo obviously wasn't taken like with him knowing, and now that it's been a part of his life, what has happened. And then there's also the more interesting one was the disaster girl, the one that is like there was a house on fire, and then it's like her smiling like she's an evil, like she started the fire, that face. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll put that video in the description. That one was pretty good, like reviewing kind of just what her life has been since. And like,
but what is it? Is it just like, oh, I had a normal life? I mean, what could have happened because of that?
Like a little bit is about like what happened like days after they became a meme kind of thing, but also the interesting part of like, how did that even happen? Like, how was that photo even taken, and like what was the intent behind it? But it's just kind of interesting because it's like that 5 second of fame, but like what brought it about, like what made it go viral. And
Okay.
I mean, hey, I'm all about the viral stuff. How it came to be.
What is happening on BuzzFeed's channel? Do they have subs?
That part I don't know. I didn't open the channel. Let's be clear. I just clicked the next, the next recommended.
Okay,
right?
Fair enough. We'll give you a pass.
I don't even know how many subs they got.
We'll
I
give
don't
you
care.
a pass. We'll give you a pass.
Thanks. I needed it.
Yeah. Okay. My second recommendation for the week, I'm just realizing now, is actually super niche as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, super niche. I mean, it's got like 2.7 mil views, so that's good. But it is how we fit a NES game into 40 kilobytes. And basically, it's about this company did a Kickstarter to make a whole new game on the NES. So the NES is like literally the first. Okay, if it wasn't the
easy
first,
there. Easy, fanboys out there.
I know, yeah. If not the first, it was very close to the first home gaming console. Okay, and I'm not including like the old school Pong consoles and stuff like that. Okay, and from like the 80s. And obviously no games are made for it anymore, but they made a Kickstarter to make a new NES game. And they actually did it. They successfully got it, released it and everything. You can buy a physical old school NES cartridge that will work in your actual NES. It's ridiculous. But it's so cool. But they also released the game like on Steam or whatever too. But it's talking about how they managed to fit it into 40 kilobytes. 40 kilobytes. He goes over it in the video, but is essentially like 2 seconds, I think, of an MP3. Like, that's how much data it is. Like, it's so tiny. And they had to do all these clever tricks, like flipping images and changing the colors of images and things, and halving the size of the characters in that on the screen. Like, they just had to do some really clever stuff to make it fit. And I don't know, it's just so cool and interesting to me that they actually achieved what looks to be a good game and is, you know, well reviewed and everything, and it's 4-player multiplayer too.
What?
Yeah,
get out of here.
You can play 4-player on an actual NES or on the PC. It's just awesome.
And then they're not stripping the arms, the eyes, and all of that, and just leaving you with one stick.
Yeah.
Like.
No, it's just like it looks good. Like it looks good. It's just obviously a 2D thing. But damn, so impressive. Really, really cool. Just so interesting. If you're at all interested in either gaming or coding and that kind of thing, I highly recommend that video. Really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I don't know why. So just hear me out. It's a guy called James Scholes, and he's got 267k subs, and basically he just studies for 12 hours. It's a study with me channel, and I know there's a lot out there, and there's lo-fi music ones that you can have in the background, but this is just him streaming every day for 12 hours of him studying, and we're talking like 500,000 views here and there, like
what
people just watching him study, and then like obviously you would study too, so it's like a bit of duo motivation.
Yeah.
But I initially watched just an actual video, which is not a stream, which he always streams. He rarely makes like a actual video. He's just talking about like his mindset and how he studied for over 12 hours a day. Well, 12 hours a day for over a year, and like his reasoning behind it, which at the end of the day isn't like anything we should all strive for. It's just really for him. Like he just wanted to master like coding and like have a discipline in his like day to day. But then because of that, which got 2.4 million views, his streams started getting a lot more traction, because before he was getting like in the 30Ks, and now he's getting almost 500,000 for each stream. I don't know, just people have just fallen on this bandwagon that, hey, if you can do it, I can do it, or we can do it together. And it's just, yeah.
What? Does he speak or anything?
Very rarely. Very rarely.
So, and it's just him sitting there.
Yeah, and it's not like it's got good music. That's why I can't even put it in the same category as the what's that music you can chill to type stuff.
Yeah,
that's all over
lo-fi
YouTube.
Beats to.
Yeah, this is just people watching it. I don't get it.
What?
The chat's kind of interesting. People are talking about what they've been studying recently and asking for problems, like answers to problems. But besides that, I just it was just fascinating on the hype. I just didn't get it, but it was.
That's kind of cool. I wonder if that's like I wonder if that's come about as a COVID kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, I wonder.
That's weird. I just want to. He must get views because it's like I kind of just want to see what this is all about. Also, how is he studying 12 hours a day for a year?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What? You said he's studying coding.
That's from the 3 days that I saw. That's all he was doing. I don't know. Like, this has gone on for a while. I don't know if he like is gonna study maths another day or like an actual core subject from college or anything. But coding.
Is he just reading a book?
No. Well, yeah, reading, and as well as like practicing on the PC as well, but he's not showing us the PC. He's not showing his progress. I would have found that a bit more interesting, so we can like be on this journey of his brain getting bigger. But no, we don't get to see anything. We just get to see him determined, basically.
Jeez. That's kind of insane.
It was just, the only reason why I kept going, I was like, you know, when you feel like there's a part of the internet you just had no clue about.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I just had to make sure I knew what was going on here.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of felt that way with these kind of coding videos and that sort of stuff that I've been watching a lot recently, because it feels to me like there's a bit of a hype around it all at the moment, as in there's a lot of very new channels I've seen that have just skyrocketed. Right? Yeah. You know, they've got 10 videos out and they've already, hundreds of thousands of subs. And it kind of feels like there's a bit of a niche at the moment that's quite new, but is getting filled. It's like suddenly everyone realized like, oh, wait, there's actually interesting coding videos on YouTube. And then a bunch of creators come in to like fill that space and end up getting loads of views and, doing really well. But yeah, you're just like, oh, that's actually a thing. Fair enough. Nice. Okay, fair enough. That's it for my list of recommended videos. Do you have any others on your list before we move to channels of the week?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm still really into this, what do you call it? This South China Morning Post channel where they just show random documentaries. Like they're just all good. I don't know. I just really like them. They might be my new like YouTube digest. Like, let me find out something else that happens in China or Japan or Singapore or
Did you sub?
I'm going to. I'm feeling like I'm going to.
Oh, wow, that's big for David to be subbing.
Yeah, but to a news channel more.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
After last episode, I actually went and watched some of theirs. I watched the one about the guy who had severe back issue and he was like folded over.
Oh, I think that rings a bell.
Yeah, his I'm not exaggerating. His face was on his hip. His back was so folded down, and he couldn't function. And it was talking about this whole big surgery and everything they did to basically help him successfully. By the way, man, it was crazy. It was very. I don't know if all their videos are like that, but I couldn't watch too much of it because it's quite sad. I mean,
obviously they do have those ones on a.
Yeah, obviously that one like had a happy ending, but there's a lot. It's just kind of heavy hitting, I guess you could say.
Yeah. There's a lot of heavy hitting ones, like one of like I think it was just like a toll booth worker in China, and like was like abused so badly, like verbally, by somebody coming in, and then also somebody at work, and how the boss then came in after and just said, "Look, just get your stuff back together." And then a new customer came and she just forced a smile, and then as soon as the customer left, she started crying. And then if you check out further, she starts crying again, and she's just going back and forth in emotions. Jeez. And it's just showing like certain workplaces, and it's just so eye-opening, I suppose, from where we live and compared. I don't know, I just find it really interesting.
Good recommendation. Okay, for the channel of the week, my channel of the week is I feel like our recommendations will have all these caveats at the moment for this week, but this channel doesn't actually post anymore. But it's Dumb Nathan on Your Side. It's Nathan Fielder for you. Oh, no, sorry. Okay. No. That's his new channel. It's Nathan Fielder on Your Side. Basically, he does these videos. It's I want to say that it's from the early 2000s. So I mentioned, some of the videos earlier from like 2008. And I think it was a TV show. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was a TV show. But this guy basically dresses up like a reporter, acts like a reporter. He's got a microphone and stuff. He's out in the field meeting people and reporting on it and everything. And he just does like the most hilarious, ridiculous interviews with people and just gets them to say ridiculous stuff. Apparently, I only just heard of him, but apparently he's quite well known because I mentioned it to someone and they said, "Oh yeah, Nathan Fielder, yeah, I know him." And nowadays he does like he has a new show which was kind of coming out somewhat recently, but from what I've seen, I don't think it's as good. But this one is just short clips, 3 to 4 minutes of him going to a place and interviewing someone usually. And it just gets so ridiculous. Okay, so for example, one of my favorites, I'll link in the description, is Nathan Fielder on your side buying an MP3 player. And obviously this is back when MP3 players were like a thing.
Hey, some people still use them. Right?
Yeah, and he goes and he interviews the manager of an electronics store, and it just gets so absurd. He's like, okay, let's do role play. I'll be the customer. And you be the sales rep trying to sell me an MP3. Okay, go. And then he just starts playing like the most difficult customer imaginable. He's like, no, I'm not interested. No, I don't need any help. Thank you. No, I don't want an MP3 player. No, thanks. And he just does everything so deadpan and so just plays it so perfectly. And he I don't know, he's one of these people that just has a knack for kind of messing with people and getting them to play along with ridiculous situations. Like another one, he talks to a pizza shop owner and he's trying to pretend that he's in Italy. And and he's like, okay, can you do it like in a more of an Italian accent? The guy's like, I'm from Poland, or like, no, but can you do like an Italian accent maybe? And just getting him to do stupid stuff like that. It's really, really funny. Just, I don't know, some good old school kind of humor. Really good stuff. I'm going to link a few videos in the description. Recommend them all. Again, only 3 to 4 minutes. Really, really good. So good.
No, I'm definitely down. I'm in that same realm of like just old YouTube videos, Yeah. Remembering why we're doing this,
Yeah, exactly. The golden age. That's some bullshit.
Oh man. Okay, so Angry Grandpa, or the full channel, I guess, is the Angry Grandpa Show.
Okay.
And I think this was on my homepage, and I don't know about you, but when you're recommended a video, it's rarely the first video that the channel has posted, right? It's normally a recent one or maybe one that's gotten a lot of views, but it just recommended me the first ever video, which, wasn't that much. It was okay, fair enough. It was 1.2 million views 10 years ago. Okay. And it's the Angry Grandpa response to YouTube. So I watched that and I'm like, man, this guy just loves to shout at things. Then before I knew it, I'm watching a lot more over the 10 years till now. And then I started looking at the more popular ones. And to give this channel some more context, it's got 4.6 million subs. And it's a son, I think he's called Michael, and he's almost like a David Dobrik in terms of like, he just holds the camera, he's just watching his dad, but is technically a grandpa because he's like he would be close to 70 as of now, and he's just like recording him in all his weird situations. And this grandpa is as angry as it can imagine. So like one of my favorite ones is all they're doing is going to Burger King. And the son is like, okay, so what do you want? The grandpa's like, don't tell me what I want. I know what I want. All right. I want the 4-cheese Whopper. That's what I want. It's like, you don't want to try anything. If you talk to me one more time about anything I can get, and then he goes at the drive-thru, he orders it, and then like he gets a drink as well, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited," and then he takes a sip. He's like, brain freeze, and then it's like, "Well, why do you rush? Why do you rush it?" It's like, "Because I love it so much," and it's like. And not everyone has played Resident Evil 7, but he looks quite similar to that old guy in the first level, who's like chasing you around.
The main guy, the father.
Yeah, he's got that beard and that Louisiana type thing. But he's from California. But it's his voice as well when he's angry, which is all the time. Like he's always shouting and. The whole channel is just about him in angry moments, like him getting dominoes. There's him like I think his granddaughter is like telling her what to do around the house, and they all just love like triggering him and like getting him in these weird scenarios. And he's just the fact that it's his age and how cool he is in front of camera. Sometimes he's aware that this is for YouTube, like I should look at the camera, but in most times they're just finding him at the most natural points,
really,
and just annoying the hell out of him. But I will say, as I was watching, I found out that in 2017 he did pass away.
Oh man!
I think something in the liver, but yeah, like. The channel still continues, and it's almost in a fashion of like tribute. So like they've got loads of old recorded stuff and of just like him being messed around with, or like him ranting about anything. Like hearing the grandpa rant about anything, like is the best. It's
so they're actually even still posting.
Yeah, rarely. Like maybe every 2 months, 3 months, but yeah, I think they have a catalog. But I'll put a few. But one of them actually was his reaction to watching Two Girls, One Cup.
Really?
No. Oh man, I wish I had a grandpa who could stomach that video, let alone give a good reaction. Give a good reaction. That is so entertaining. But yeah, I really do love this channel, and I think this guy, I think his real name is like Charles or something. Yeah, he is funny. He's a character for sure.
That actually sounds amazing. I'm definitely going to look at that one this week. All right, I think that about wraps us up for this week. Thank you all for listening. We are on iTunes and SoundCloud and YouTube and your favorite podcasting app. And we will be back next Tuesday. Thank you all for listening. See you next week.
See ya.